Yes, you're welcome back from that break. On our interview segment today, we want to talk about mothers as home builders. You agree with me that the role of a mother or the role of mothers cannot be overemphasized in the family and of course in our community. And you know that mothers, they play significant role in shaping the life of their children as well as the family at large. And joining the conversation this morning is the WMU president of Ibadan Baptist Conference, Mrs. Kende Yakubu. You're welcome on the show, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, mothers have been said to be a super being.
Yeah.
A woman or a mother is said to be someone who is very protective.
Yeah.
But from your own perspective, as the president of the Women Missionary Union of Ibadan Baptist Conference, how will you describe a mother?
Thank you. A mother is someone who has given birth or has given her ovum to surrogacy. I mean, generally, that is who a mother is. Or giving her ovum for any kind of fertility is called a mother. But in the true sense of it and in the biblical sense of it, a mother is the one who is ready to give her all, empathize, and also dedicate all her being into the success of a group of children, whether biological, adopted, or even otherwise. The societal children. That is who a mother is. So, in the true sense of it, not all those that have given birth are mothers. And not all those who are barren are not mothers. Mothers is a big word. And this life itself doesn't have a manual. The life comes with a mother. For any successful person, there should be a mother figure, whether biological or otherwise. So I think that is who a mother is.
Thank you for explaining, because we have, there's a need for us to correct the notion that only those people that give birth are mothers. No, a mother goes beyond that.
Beyond that, yeah.
Yes. Now, so what are the roles of a mother in the family, in the society, wherever she finds herself? What are her roles?
Like I said, a mother is somebody who is full of empathy. And her life doesn't have a manual, but it comes with a mother. A mother is a role model. Is the one who is always ready and willing to sacrifice, to give. A mother is the one who will give food out to children, even other children, while she herself is starving. A mother is the person who will look out for you, even when you don't even feel there is need for it. A mother is a person who will look at you and say, come, I can see you are going through all of something. That's who a mother is. So it goes beyond the home. It may be in our place of work, in the society, or wherever we find ourselves. And that is who anybody we call a mother. One common factor that joins every human being together is a mother. Yoruba people will say, Baba, Baba gbogbo aye. But when we want to call a mother, we say, my mother, ìyá mi, ìyá mi, ìyá mi. Is not common with men. And God has endowed women with a lot of virtues. So, putting all that in place, a woman can go to any length in order to protect, build her home, support, encourage, and ensure the home stands. no matter the situation.
Now let's delve into our topic for today.
Okay.
Mothers as home builders. What does that concept mean to you?
From all I've been explaining, the Bible says in Proverbs 14:1 that a wise woman build her home herself with her hand. It is not something that a woman cannot practically build a home, but physically build a home, a house. But when we talk about home, it is a woman. She looks after even the husband. The husband is the first baby, the children. A woman will look even at what the man is wearing out, paying attention to every details, looking out for the well-being of the children. A woman is always under panic attacks. Hey, where is my child? What are my children doing? Have they eaten? All and all. Because this is what we subject ourselves to. That is who a mother is. They can pay attention to details. Academics, career, they want to build the best. They want to ensure, and everything that is needed to be done is what they will do in order to ensure that all the children around them come out fine. Through that, they are contributing to building a healthy and happy home and helping the society as well. Looking at the situation, most especially in our climate of today, moral decadence, a lot of things we had now that we have never had before. 10, 12, 14-year-old child killing another person, killing another friend, or even selling them because of stipends. I saw a clip on my phone sometimes ago where a child says he killed somebody and sold the kidney for 25,000. It doesn't make sense. That is the fault of some mothers somewhere. Even the value of the money, we cannot place it side by side. How can somebody commit such a heinous crime because of 25,000? If a mother has built such a child to the extent that they know that money is good, but not the ultimate, they will not go to that extent to kill because of 25,000. That is the virtues, godly mothers, Baptist women that I know through our teaching and biblical lessons that is made available to us. That is what we teach our children. And that is why we have organizations from cradle till marriageable age, where we train our girls to be responsible women.
Yes, in our contemporary time, there's this adage that says that the good child is for the father, while the bad one is for the mother.
Yeah.
Now, how can a woman effectively build a strong and godly home despite the challenges around her?
We live in a society that is becoming more pervasive every now and then. The economic situation is not helping matters, and that is creating a lot of monsters within the society, and that is a challenge to what motherhood is all about. As you are training your children, the society is another propelling force. And there is no how a mother can separate a child from the society. Sometimes when I see the way at which our children behave at home, I do scold them. I say, there are children on the street. You are going to. At some point, you are still going to interact with these people. So you need to understand and know how the world evolves. That is the problem. Major challenges facing a woman in the society. While you are training your child to be godly and all of that, the society, because of the perversion, is training them otherwise. But there is nothing a mother can do except the power of prayer. Even if a child has gone astray, the home cannot take care of what a child has become, I believe God can turn things around. And it is only God. Everybody believes we can make people to understand and see reasons. But another school of thought says nobody can make anybody to believe anything unless they determine themselves. And that is where prayer comes in. There are some children, when you see their behavior, you will say, where is he getting this from? Not from father, apparently, not from mother, and even not from the environment where that child is coming from. But from where? From the society. From where? From evil forces. Because there are good and bad. And there are things that are not clear to physical eye. So, when it becomes tedious, when it becomes challenging, a mother subjects herself to prayers. And I believe the God we serve will turn things around.
Yes, you've explained the efficacy of prayer in home building.
Yeah.
But at what point can a woman, should I use the word initiate, our children or our child, be it biological or not, into that realm of prayer? Because I don't know if that has changed, but I think our men are actually coming up. There was a time whereby the mother or the woman in the family have taken that priesthood role of leading the devotion, praying on behalf of the father, things like that, and the children. Now, so at what point can a mother or a woman actually bring up her child, to initiate him or her into praying or prayer lifestyle?
Prayer is the most powerful thing. But some of us, we take prayer as something that can be done at some point in life. Prayers is what we do at all time. Whatever that is good needs prayer. Whatever that is not good needs prayer. Okay, we are training our children to start praying. Pray for their life, pray for their future. Even their children yet unborn are part of that prayer. So there is no time a person will say, this is the time I'm ready for prayer. Whenever somebody discovers that, my situation needs prayer, something has gone out of hand. But if you have committed yourself into prayer, if you are a kind that prays about everything, and your home is the one that solely depends on prayers. Another thing I see about prayer life is when a woman is a prayerful woman, all this aggressive prayer life and all of that, and they believe until prayer is aggressive, they are not praying. It makes the children, even the husband, not to understand. But when you pray like the Bible asks us to pray, there is there is a specification,
Model.
a model in the Bible, and you make it a constant practice, a part of your life, your children knows. If you are telling, my children knows if you are telling me anything, it is prayer. Even before they tell me, I have prayed. And God, who He is, will be revealing a lot of things to you that will make your children to know that truly my mother prays. You are unconsciously and consciously introducing them to prayer. Not the kind of, you must wake up by 4 o'clock, we must pray. You know, all those things don't work. We have undergone it. We've been in situations where our parents will say, we must do this, we must do that. But you discover that when they are praying such prayers, you just be sleeping. Sometimes you will look at them and be shaking your head, saying, God is not this. We have done it in the past. There was a time in my family, you must go to church and you must be seated in the church. When they discover that at some point we will go out, then they devise a means. They will ask us who prayed the opening prayer, who said the prayer after tithes, tithes and offering. They will just ask random questions. And what we do is, my church, my own church, there is a swing because we have a school. And that is where we used to. And there is a fruit at the back. We will just go there. When they discover that's what we do, they give us a rule that we must follow. What we do is, we will enter into the church, collect the bulletin, look at all the details, and still sneak out. So when they ask all those questions, you know, we are within the church. We are not in the church, but we are within the premises. So, and you know, children, as they are asking questions, we tell them. So later they get to know that that's what we do too. You know, somebody somewhere will report us, and they will just ask us, okay, you said it's Mrs. Yakubu that said this prayer. What type of garment is she wearing? You know, all of that doesn't work until we had encounter. And what they are doing in the church became meaningful to us. And one constant thing our parents will be saying is, Awoshama fokoyin sinu adura. You know, at the end of all those discipline, shouts and all of that, I'm a badura for you. It is the prayer that works. It's not that all the gimmicks. As they got it, we have our own. That is who God is. And God that has that power to give me that trick and give my parents that trick to just play ourselves about can turn things around. So prayer is just the key. And we should release everything. That's what the Bible is expecting us to do. God is expecting us to do. Give the totality of your life to Him.
Yes. Who are some role models that we can actually pattern our lives after, you know, in the scripture?
Okay.
Biblical role models.
Okay. There are a lot of women in the Bible. Like I said, not every woman that gives birth to children are mothers. Yes. There are some people in the Bible, there are some women in the Bible that I will mention some names of mothers and some that are not, that are ladies in the Bible. Ruth, Mary Magdalene, and Esther, and the likes of them. They are maidens. They are not mothers. But they built a nation. They built a nation. And their contributions is what, even till today, we reckon with it. We stand in the gap when it is needed. And Eve, Rebecca, Elizabeth are examples of mothers that played vital roles. The mother of Moses, and quite a lot of mothers in the Bible. They played significant roles, examples of going to any length, respect, giving the totality of their family to God and their husband as the head. So those are the role models in the Bible.
Now, in our contemporary time,
Yeah.
how can we balance our professional lives? Women, I mean
Yeah.
mothers, how can we balance our professional life, our career, our whole, and still at the same time build a godly and strong home?
Thank you. That's one of the challenges. Like I said, everything is evolving. Changes are constant. The situation we find ourselves now, we never imagined. And our responsibility is becoming bigger. And women, we have to just work. Not only work, like we used to say before that, a woman, we have to work and support the home now. A woman must be ready to lay her hands on as many work as possible to make ends meet. Likewise, the man. And apart from that, the home, the church, and every other thing inclusive. What should we do in such a time? We should just look unto Jesus, be ourselves. We should not try to be somebody else. Some women want to live up to a certain standard. That it is not the standard, it is not the plan of God. If it is the plan of God, God will make you reach the level you want to be. That is where God will place you. But God has his own planning and programming. So if you are not there where you want to be, then you take one step at a time. And I just forgot momentarily now the song. I still remember the song, but I'm trying to remember the name of One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus. That's what I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Just help me today to do everything one day at a time. Don't mind my voice. We just need to do things a day at a time, one step. And we should continue to ask for the strength. At the end of it all, we discover that it is only what God allows us to do that we do. When I was called, I said, this impromptu meeting, will I be able, on a Monday morning, will I be able to come and all of that? Somebody was supposed to be with me. Her distance is far. She had to go to the office before coming. Me, I've reported in the office. I just called my colleague, okay, let's go. That was not the plan. But God has a plan. And He will bring it to pass. His ways are not our ways. So when we leave everything to God, and we are taking things one step at a time, this is what is before me, and this is the resources that is available for me, then we do it. But if we are saying, okay, I've not taken my breakfast, and this is what I want to eat, and unless I see it, I am not going to eat. That is where we give ourselves problem. But if we look at, okay, this is what I want to eat, nothing to eat at all, okay, let me just shift and I move on. But if I insist, I'll be on a spot. We should just take things easy. We can do it all, and we cannot get it. We cannot get it all.
Yes, as the organization, the Women Missionary Union of the Nigerian Baptist Convention, how is this organization, helping mothers or women to build a strong home, knowing fully well that the devil is, here and there trying to attack Christian homes? So how is your organization helping to build the home of mothers?
Okay. Not only the WMU, the Baptist as a body, we have various activities, teachings, biblical teachings, sound biblical teachings. And in all our gatherings, we give room, whether big or small, we give room for all these teachings. Biblical teaching, career teaching, how to manage our home, and even petty way of making money to alleviate whatever we are facing. Presently, Ibadan Conference WMU is having a WMS camp. We had that of Ibarakpa between last Friday. We just concluded that of Ibarakpa, and we divided it into 3. 2 for Ibadan and 1 in Ibarakpa. We have concluded that of Ibarakpa. The next week is Ibadan. In all our program, there will be career talk, health talk, home building, and Bible teaching. And that is what we do in all our. There is a weekly book that we use, a weekly magazine. We call it Proclaim. If you read our Proclaim, there are some people who are not from Baptist denominations. I give them all our materials to read because they are always interested. Some, even when they want to do presentation in another denomination, they want to take our resources. All these things, but people don't read. Some people don't listen. They teach how to make Isaiah, even if not for commercial, you can use it in your home. Some people will come, and by the time they get home, they will say, hello, did you jot those things? You'll be thinking, what were you doing while we were there? So when we look inward, our problem is not even what we call our problem. It is the way we look about things. And we are praying for God to help us as a people of a climb. And I believe God will help us.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kehinde Yakubu.
You're welcome.
Thank you for, taking us through home building, mothers as home building thoroughly. And of course, that's much we'll be taking on our interview segment for today. But before then, we also want to appreciate Mr. Sunday Makinde. Thank you for accompanying our WMU President, Ibadan Baptist Conference. That's what you'll be taking for our interview segment for today. Let's take a break, and after which Frontline will continue. Do stay with us.
Thank you.